Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and welcome to the first speed build I'm doing on this channel. Well, actually I've done a couple of stop motion builds before, mostly apartment renovations, but I also did a mid-century tiny home a little while ago. That was a couple of weeks ago now, I think, probably a couple of months ago. But this is the first video, I guess, where you're seeing me as I make a build, as I do this house, and then I guess have this voiceover as well in the background. So yeah, that's different. Also, some of those builds, like the stop motion builds I've done, are the most popular videos I've got on this channel, so that's great. So obviously, you guys really seem to like those building videos that I've done, even if they're stop motion, but hopefully you'll also like this style as well. I mean, this style is a lot longer. This is like a 30-minute video, so a lot different. Some of my stop motion videos have been about 2 or 3 minutes, so I guess they're really quick and easy to watch. So yeah, this is just very different. This is, I think it's about 28 minutes of me talking and then a couple of minutes of screenshots, so very different, but hopefully you'll enjoy it as well. Yeah, definitely let me know after this video, after I've finished it, whether you would want me to do more videos like this in this kind of style. I'm always looking for suggestions from people because I'm the kind of person to run out of ideas, so it's always very helpful to know what you're interested in watching on this channel. But anyway, this is also a very special video. It's a very special build because this is for a collab I am doing on this channel. Basically, a little while ago, my friend Camilla, who makes amazing speed builds on her channel, I think her channel name is Camilla YTB, or I mean, her channel name, a link to her channel will be in the description of this video anyway, so you can find her there as well as all the other builders who are going to be part of this collab. But yes, she basically contacted me saying that she had an idea for a collab that would celebrate Earth Day on the 22nd of April, which is today, as you're obviously seeing this video. And she basically wanted to get like 10 to 15 Sims channels together to all build builds inspired by Earth Day, and I guess what that means to every different person. I'm really excited to watch everyone's videos as well. It looks like people have really been making some amazing builds, so yeah, definitely can't wait to watch everyone's. I'm pretty sure there's a playlist gonna be made where you can see all our videos. All of them will be linked into a playlist, which I will leave in the description again of this video. So yeah, you can find everyone's videos there. Definitely give them all a watch. Yeah, and definitely subscribe while you're over there too. Everyone makes some really amazing content, so yeah, definitely do that while you're there. Also, thank you so much, Camilla, for inviting me to be a part of this collab. It's been really fun, and yeah, I'm so glad I could be a part of it, so definitely very grateful for that. Yeah, it's also great to have been a part of such an amazing day of the year where we celebrate Earth Day. I will be linking a website, I think it's the official Earth Day organization webpage, so that will be in the description if you want to check that out. But yeah, I think this is really, it's something so important to protect our planet and to be doing the best we can as well to protect the planet that's giving us life as well. It's really important at the moment. It's important always, obviously. So yeah, I was super happy to have been invited to be a part of something so great, a collab that's celebrating something so important. So yeah, I'm definitely really glad that I got a chance to do something like this. But yeah, anyway, I should probably talk about the build and what I'm doing, what's going on the screen. So I'm actually going to talk you through the process of how I got to this build, because this has taken me ages, okay? I've had this collab to do for about a month, and it's probably taken me about literally 10 times, of going over different ideas and, different builds and building and then hating what I've done. And yeah, so to get to here, I'm just saying it's been a long process, but I feel like the end result is good. This is probably one of the best builds I've ever done, I think. And that's a big statement. It's a very bold statement as well, because I'm not the best builder in The Sims. I'm gonna say this now, I am definitely not, okay, because I haven't really done much building in The Sims. Like, Sims 3 never built anything. I don't think I ever built a house. I maybe just like added furniture in. That was it. The Sims 4, when The Sims 4 first came out, I got it, and I basically only ever just played The Sims. I just played my houses. I had my save like file, and I would just make my Sims. I would download them from the gallery as well. I would just have my Sims. I used to do that for years. I never built anything. I just downloaded from the gallery because it's easier. Everyone builds so much better than me. You know, there's some amazing builds on the gallery that I just was like, I can never ever do anything like that. So yeah, building in The Sims has never really been for me, but I think it was about the start of last year that I started building again, you know, pretty much the first time, trying to build houses. They're up on my gallery, some of the builds I've done. You know, that's you know, about a year ago now when I started building, so they're not that great. They're just very, very standard houses for a couple of Sims I made. At the time, I was kind of making builds for particular families that I was playing with in my game, and then I would upload their house and I would upload the Sims and the different families I'd made. They're not great. If you want to go and find them, you can, and have a look at them. They're okay. They're not bad. They're not amazing. They're just average. So I've always kind of been very much like that when it comes to building, just kind of not that great. But I really want to try and get better. And yes, so this house, this is kind of the house that I've always imagined or always wanted to be able to make in The Sims. So, you know, I kind of like these kind of, I obviously call this a very quirky build, and I've always wanted to be able to make something like this, and so I'm really happy with how this has turned out. But this build has taken me literally ages to do. I mean, I've gone through so many, as I said, I've gone through so many different ideas, hated them, and yeah, it's been a bit of a roller coaster coming up with, you know, this final result. But I'm going to talk you through some of the ideas I had right at the beginning when I found out about this collab. So my first idea, a really great one, was an eco-friendly tiny home. That was the first idea that came into my head. I thought, perfect, a tiny home, something really simple, that's right up my alley, I'll make that. But then I was like, no, I've done that, you know, it's a bit, you know, too simple. Maybe I need to kind of push, you know, the boat, is that what you call it? I need to push myself a little bit more and come up with something just a little bit more interesting, I guess, than just a tiny home, or, you know, an eco-friendly tiny home. So I was like, no, I'll try something different. And I'm pretty sure the next build I came up with was a flower shop, and I started doing it and it didn't really go the way I had planned. I kind of was a bit unsure of what shape I should go for. I actually had the idea that I was going to create the flower shop that's in the Bee Movie. I love that film. I was like, you know, and I just kind of got this idea that I would recreate that. I was like, that's kind of new. I don't know, that's probably been done before in The Sims. Everything's always been done. But I was like, you know, that I could do that. And then I tried, I had a go. Yeah, it just didn't really go well, because the whole idea, I think the shop, the flower shop that's in the Bee Movie, is on like a street. I think it's like a street in New York. I was going to make the other shops that are around it, you know, just have, I think it's at the end of the street, and I was going to do that, you know, because I feel like the Bee Movie really celebrates bees. Bees, yeah, it definitely celebrates bees first and foremost. You know, it's a great movie, you know, it's the Bee Movie. It really celebrates bees, yeah, but it also really celebrates, you know, Earth Day, and I guess what would happen to the world if we didn't have bees to pollinate all the flowers. You know, eventually we wouldn't have any. So yeah, it also says that we should, you know, work together with bees. They apparently make really great friends, so yeah, we should all definitely, you know, be on Team Bees. Honestly, I've been talking about bees so much, or the Bee Movie so much, that I feel like I'm going to watch it tonight. You know, it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend the Bee Movie. Yeah, I'm going to stop talking about the Bee Movie. But yeah, that build didn't go too well when I was trying to make it. You know, I feel like it would have been a great build to have done if it had gone well, but luckily, actually, some other people on this in this collab have made flower shops, I think. So yeah, at least we're not missing out on those in this collab, and I think they've probably done a much better job than I could do. So yeah, definitely glad we've already got them, and yeah, at least I didn't do that because it's already been done, or being done on this collab. So I think what was the next build I tried to do? I tried to make a bigger version of the tiny home I was gonna make. So it was just gonna be a normal sized, it was on a 30 by 20 lot. Just a normal size eco-friendly family home. It was very modern. It turned out actually quite nice. I really kind of got into the landscaping on that build. Like, usually I'm not that great at landscaping, but it actually turned out really nice. I was doing a lot of different things that I wouldn't usually do, and I think like the main reason my houses before and builds I've done haven't been that great is because I haven't focused too much on the landscaping. I've done it very simple, and houses in The Sims, if you don't kind of clutter them up in the interior, or if you don't do much of the landscaping, they can look a bit bare, and I think that's sometimes why builds just don't look as nice. So yeah, I've definitely been working on my landscaping, especially for this collab, because obviously it's Earth Day, all about, you know, it's going to be all about landscaping and making things look pretty on the outside and very green, and yeah, adding loads of flowers. So I definitely tried to focus on that. But with the modern eco home, that was going to be a stop motion video like I'd already been doing on this channel. It was just going to be, you know, a normal stop motion. But when I finished the build, I was kind of like thinking to myself, obviously stop motion videos, they take a while to do. They take a long time, depending obviously on the size of the build. I mean, the tiny home I did a little while ago, I think I built the house one day for like a couple of hours. It wasn't that big, so obviously it took me an hour or so to build. And then the next day I came back to it and I did the stop motion. I recorded it and did the video. And that only took a day pretty much to edit the video and then to post it. So it didn't really take that long, but obviously this eco home that I did, it was a lot bigger, and I was looking at it and I was just like, I really don't want to do a stop motion video. Not that I couldn't be bothered. I was also thinking to myself, maybe the stop motion videos aren't the right move for this channel, and I should start videos like this where I actually talk in them and you can see them as speed builds, just because I obviously talk in a lot of my videos for other videos that I've done. You know, I talk through them, and it would probably make more sense for these kind of videos, speed builds like this, because I'm talking, and it doesn't really make much sense for me to have certain videos where I'm talking in them and other videos where I'm doing stop motion. Say if I was doing stop motion videos all the time, I guess that would make sense, and if I didn't talk in them, you know, there are a lot of channels that do that, you know, and they solely make stop motion. But obviously, you know, where I didn't think it was the right move, so I was kind of, you know, sat there thinking, you know, maybe I should, you know, make it again. So I was going to make the whole build again and do it as a speed build, record it, but I didn't want to make it again from scratch. You know, I don't know whether the point is that I'm very lazy and I couldn't be bothered to do it again. So I decided I would switch from doing a stop motion video to, you know, a speed build like this, and I would make something else. So the next house I actually started building was a hobbit house, which I started building on this lot actually. This lot, if you didn't actually know where it was, it's in Granite Falls, but it's actually the hidden lot. It's the Hermit's house, which is kind of a secret location in Granite Falls. It doesn't take you long to get there actually. You have to go through one of those kind of portal like places. It's like this I don't know, hole in the ground, I guess, that you have to go through, and you have to answer a series of questions, and then eventually you can get through to this hermit's house. But I thought this was the perfect lot to obviously have a hobbit's house. So I started making that, but I kind of made it 2-story, and then it looked a bit weird, because most hobbit houses are underground. They're usually under grass and, you know, like bits on the top, and it's usually 1 story as well. So it kind of ended up a bit weird, and it had this like weird roof at the top, which was kind of like a castle roof. It kind of had different half wall heights, and then it had this big like tree stump at the right on top, and I don't know, I wasn't feeling it, so I ended up adding a normal roof, and I was like, I'm gonna make this an off the grid family house, and so that's obviously where this idea came from. But I finished that off the grid house, I did it all, and you know, I was like, okay, this is fine. But then I looked at the front, it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, and I wanted to make a really like great build, I guess, for this collab. So as always, I guess this is like a running theme, I guess, for my builds, is I restarted, and this is what I came up with. So this is the final house. I would have liked to have done all the other, you know, ideas I'd come up with, but you know, I think this one works in the end. I think it's really cute, and as I said, I think it's one of like the best builds I've ever done. So hopefully you guys like it as well and are enjoying watching it. I realised I just spoke for about 15 minutes and I haven't even like talked about what I'm doing, but hopefully you can see there's a lot of landscaping. I really wasn't like sure exactly what parts of the like speed build I was doing to keep in. I know a lot of people either, I guess, keep all of their speed build in, everything they've done. You can see it all as it goes from like start to finish, but I was like, oh, you know, the speed build's gonna be so long if I don't cut anything out. So I actually didn't cut a lot out, you know. Most of it's here. I mean, this bit now that you're looking at, I do, you know, cut most of it out. I actually didn't film certain bits, so I was like, landscaping, I actually really like watching landscaping come together because it makes, you know, a build like so much better. You know, it really does add a lot to the build. So I actually do like watching landscaping being done, but it's also a bit repetitive. So I was like, I might cut bits of that out, you know, because it can be a little bit boring. But yeah, I kept mostly everything in. So that's why this video is like 30 minutes long. But obviously, you know, I haven't done anything like this before, so I'm just seeing how it goes, seeing if I can talk for 30 minutes. I mean, I'm doing alright so far, but, you know, maybe my next speed build, if I do one again, it will be about like 10 minutes like, or less, because, yeah, I'll just be like, I can't talk for that long again. Yeah, I was also thinking about maybe doing, you know, for my next speed build, if I do one, an apartment renovation, you know, just something simple, yeah, that's not as big as this. So, yeah, I might do an apartment renovation. But anyway, this house, I'm going to talk about this house because I feel like I need to. Yeah, as you can see, the landscaping's all done now. The exterior of the house is all done. Usually when I build, I have a habit of like going back and forth. I kind of get a little bit bored and I'll do like half the landscaping, then I'll come back to it. But I've wanted to make sure that all the landscaping was done pretty much, and then just come onto the interior, which I'm doing now. So mainly for this house, I wanted to obviously have this like quirky vibe. So the interior gets very, you know, I don't know what the right word for it is, but it's, you know, very mix match, you know, just kind of random stuff. It's kind of like a style I like, is where nothing really matches. I kind of get the idea that this house probably isn't going to be for everyone. I feel like you either love it or hate it. You know, I think it's quite cute, but yeah, it might not be everyone's taste. So yeah, all the kind of windows, lots of them are different. I used a lot of ones from Realm of Magic, because they're nice. I think they definitely give a very magical vibe. I love kind of magical looking houses, just, yeah, ones that kind of look a little bit witchy almost. Like this house definitely has very witchy vibes for me for some reason. It's not obviously for a witch or anyone. I just imagine a normal family living off the grid living in this house, but yeah, it definitely does have some kind of witchy vibe, just because like I obviously used a lot of Realm of Magic for the windows, and also for, you know, these cabinets and things like that are all from Realm of Magic, so it definitely has that vibe. It wasn't something I was necessarily going for overall. So obviously I wanted to make sure that this house kind of suited or made sense at least for an off-the-grid kind of style of house. I wasn't exactly sure how off-the-grid living works. I mean, in terms of appliances and the different kind of like things that they would have or maybe not have because they were living off the grid. So I kind of went on the gallery and had a look and downloaded some different off the grid lots that other people had done, and just looked around and tried to see what they'd included or what they hadn't included, but it was mostly the same. So yeah, I just included most things you would find in a normal house. I imagine that this family also grows their own food. That's why I put that kind of food patch. I don't know if that's what you call it, but just this little garden area where they grow their own food. You'll have seen that I downloaded kind of like a plot of fruit and vegetables from the gallery as well. So yeah, this house, if you want to download it, will come with food that's growing from the soil of the earth. I don't know why I explained it like that, but yeah, so I think they were also quite high quality, but I also left different garden pots as well around the build, so that if you did download this house, your Sims or whoever you had living here could then use those pots to grow their own food and work on their gardening skill if that was something that you wanted them to work on. But yes, I also imagine that this family living in this house would use the waterfall that's nearby to get fresh water. Obviously this is the Hermit's house, so this isn't like a playable lot. I'm pretty sure it's not, so yeah, you won't actually be able to use this particular lot if you download this house and have it on that lot, but I'm pretty sure it would look quite nice in Windenburg, maybe. I think it would look really nice there. Maybe in the world of Brindleton Bay, the world that came with cats and dogs, it might look quite nice. You know, maybe it won't fit that much, but I think it could look nice there. And it definitely, if you have Realm of Magic, it would look nice in, I think the world's called Glimmerbrook. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Glimmerbrook. I think it would look nice there as well. So yeah, there are definitely ideas for where you could put this house. So yeah, this house has 3 bedrooms. The original house, the house I did before this, had only 2 bedrooms, which I thought was kind of weird. There was like a small bathroom downstairs, which is the same as this house. This house also has a small bathroom downstairs, but that one also just had like a really big bathroom upstairs and then 2 bedrooms, which I wanted to have 3 bedrooms for some reason. I just feel like that's a better number of bedrooms. In the other house, it actually had a tree house out the back, which I thought was really cute, and I don't know why, I really wanted to make a tree house, so, you know, it looked really nice out the back, but I decided not to include that in this one because it just took up way too much room, and then the house was really small. Then I had like loads of trees everywhere, obviously the tree house, as well as all the other trees that I decided to kind of place everywhere. Like I had a bit of a thing where I was just including loads of trees everywhere that it just took up way too much space and made the house really small. So yeah, I didn't include the tree house in this build, but you know, I thought it was really cute and I actually would have liked to have kept it, but it made more sense, I guess, to have that like greenhouse out the back, where the family can obviously grow more plants and things like that, you know, because I guess this family, whoever lives here, is going to have to do a lot of gardening, you know, to grow their own food, because they're relying solely on themselves, I guess, to make things. So yeah, I definitely thought that was more important than having a tree house. So yeah, I think that was probably a better decision, just to focus on the plants and everything. But yeah, this I think is one of my favorite rooms in the house that we're doing right now. Like I like this. It's like a little study area. It doesn't have a computer because I wasn't sure about like electricity and all that kind of thing. So I just kind of kept that out. And I also like the living room. Actually, it was kind of very small and cramped. Originally in the house that I built, the first version of this house I built, the living room was one of my favorite places in the whole house, but it was very, very cramped, and yeah, I made it's even smaller actually in this version, so I don't know how it looks now. It probably was very cramped, but yeah, I guess that I could imagine this family kind of spending more time out in the garden anyway, maybe more time in this little area here, which is like, I don't really know, it's like their dining room area, but it's also just like I filled it up with plants, you know, for this. It really suits Earth Day, I guess, you know, and flowers just made this room look so much nicer as well. I just, honestly, never underestimate the power of flowers and landscaping and anything like that just to transform a house, you know. I think I think this house actually looks really nice in the end. It's very much my style, as I said before. It's not probably going to be for everyone. I mean, a lot of the time I actually do make quite modern looking builds, and I go for kind of like a simple look rather than like a cluttered kind of style. That's pretty much what this house is. You know, everything's kind of cluttered and nothing really matches, I guess. I probably imagine that the family who live here make a lot of their own furniture. I gave them the woodworking station and put it out in the greenhouse because I imagine that the family definitely like to make their own furniture. I think that's a good way of using up different materials, different woods they have to create things that they can use in their house. So I think I probably used most of the different packs I have in my game. I actually don't have all the packs. I have all the expansion packs, the game packs, but I think I'm missing about 5 stuff packs. So yeah, I can probably imagine that I use quite a lot. I haven't checked, but I think I've probably used quite a lot of different packs. So if you do download this house, just be aware, if you don't have all the packs, then some things might obviously not show up in your game. But yeah, hopefully it won't be too much of a problem. Yeah, I think the only stuff packs I don't have are romantic garden stuff, which when I was making this house, doing all the landscaping, I thought that would have been the perfect stuff pack to have used in this game for the landscaping, just because outside, I think, from what I've seen of Romantic Garden stuff, there's some really nice flowers that look very magical and look really nice and pretty, and I thought they would have been perfect to have gone out in the garden. But I was going to download it, I was going to buy it, but then it wasn't on sale, and I just thought I only really like buying things when they're on sale. So yeah, I might definitely get another stuff pack if it goes on sale at some point. But yeah, there's only, I think, yeah, it's what else have I got? I haven't got fitness stuff either. My first pet stuff, which, you know, I don't know if I'm going to buy that or not. I might do. Yeah, it would have to be a definite like sell item, I think. And then I haven't also got the first one that came out, one of the first ones, the Perfect Patio, and then the Luxury Party stuff. I haven't got those packs, so, you know, hopefully they're not the packs that you have when you if you download this build. So yeah, I probably used most of the other packs that I have in my game. So yeah, that's just like a heads up if you're gonna download this house. So yeah, as well with this hallway, as you can see, the banister that goes around the stairs, there's like a massive hole there, which is, you know, probably would kill your Sims. I mean, it doesn't happen in The Sims, but obviously in real life, yeah, I think you can see it on there in the hallway. You know, I forgot to add, you know, a fence, you know, the little banister around there, but I do that, and I have done that now, and you'll see in the screenshots, if you watch the screenshots, that I have actually, yeah, finished that. I've made sure that's okay, and your Sims don't, you know, fall to their deaths, so that's always good. Yeah, I also, as well, after I completed this house, after I finished it, I also added some ceiling lamps because I forgot all the different lights for some reason. I've added like lamps everywhere. I always do that because I add these ceiling lights for just, you know, when I start building, I always put those lights on, and I eventually forget to put other ceiling lights into the house. So yeah, I will add those before I upload this to the gallery. So yeah, I'll definitely do that. But I think this is pretty much it for the build now. Yeah, it's pretty much all finished, just finishing up this last bedroom here. And yeah, I also go back into the bedrooms and just add a few more clutter items to the other two rooms. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this build. I really hope you enjoyed this style of speed build. And yeah, remember to go and check out everyone else's channels who's been part of this collab. And again, thank you so much to Camilla for putting this all together and making this collab possible in the first place. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!